Okay, Teamer Tower. Fun fact, one of the 2 players championships I qualified for and the Star City game circuit, I actually talked myself into registering a bad Dynavolt Tower for the standard portion in. So this card says, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you get 2 points of energy, and then you can spend 5 points of energy to deal 3 damage to any target. So basically every instant and sorcery you cast kind of deals 1 damage in a roundabout way. It's a little bit more than 1. Oh, this is 6 energy extra, right? No, is it 5? Symbols next to each other. No, it's 5. Okay, so like, we have lots of instant sorceries in our deck. We also have things like Attune with the Aether, which gives you 2 energy. We've got Glimmer, which gives us energy. We've got Harness Lightning, which gives us energy. And then, you know, various cantrips that charge us up. We've got some Gearhulks at the top end of our curve, along with a couple of Sublime Epiphanies. We had played this in the Jeskai control deck the other day, and it felt very reasonable. Got a couple of counter spells in the main, a couple of sweepers. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see if this is more meme or dream. That's true. This card was banned in standard, chat. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Bazzipples, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. And Dauber, thanks for the 2.5 years. Good morning, folks. Hey, thanks for the Prime Raver. Been around a while. Rocket Banana, thanks for subbing again. I appreciate the 22 months. Remember, subs, we've got the Hopelandia Open coming up soon. If you enjoy Historic and want to play a sweet deck on stream for everybody to see, be sure to check that out. It's going to be on the 21st of March. Myself and Jim Davis will be doing commentary for that event. It's a $5 entry fee on MTG Melee. Goblins. Couple of Ionizes looking good here. Be able to counter much this. So the damage on Ionize is actually pretty relevant in this archetype that we're playing because, you know, the tower is any target, so that it lets us burn the opponent out, which is kind of nice. Get my laser charge in here. Charging on up. Boots, on my 5-year anniversary with my wife, not sure she's gonna take the news that I have to skip that this year. Thanks for the 11 months, Bars. I promise you there will be more tournaments. Going on, Hotbox. Alright, so we've got Muxie covered. The question is, can we avoid losing to mediocre Goblin beats, chat? Therein lies the real question. Can we survive the mediocre beats? Beats by Dr. Goblin. Anniversary idea, buy her entry to the Open. All right. Papa Gearhulk's here. Gonna help us hold down the fort. So we'll take 3 more inside of combat here. And then Papa Gearhulk's gonna slam down at end of turn and flashback piece of removal. And then be a big booty blocker for us. Hey, Rook Jackson. Thank you for the 2 years. Welcome back. I mean, I don't know if this is a concession, Gearhulk. Our 6-drop dying to Abrade come up yet? Nah. And to be fair, we're playing a tower deck here, so like it's not like we're blanking Abrade. So this dying to an Abrade isn't really a big deal because we have things that die to Abrade anyways. It does give us value before it dies. That's a little bit less important than some of the... So I don't think I can play the tower here. I think it's important that I leave Ionize up in case they have second Muxy Buxy here. Ooh, mistake by the opponent here. They gave us an extra energy, not sacrificing that to the Harness Lightning. Worth noting. Alright, so we need like a Glimmer or a Sublime Epiphany, and then we're in an incredible spot. Does Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2 mean the Frozen Wild DLC? No, it means the sequel later this year. Is their last card Muxus? Of course it is. Survey says... Fuck this card. Why is that card legal, chat? Just to make sure my position is clear, fuck whoever kept Flametongue Kavu out of this format and put Muxus into it. Whatever you were drinking is not okay. It's kind of unreal that like that card is in this format and like Flametongue Kavu was kept out based on power level. Like they banned Winota. Like it's very stupid. Goblins! Goblins being a combo deck that can kill you on turn 3 that also generates endless value and card advantage is a big part of why a lot of mid-range decks aren't competitive in this format. BT dubs. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm gonna bottom the shock and hope to find the second red source for Anger of the Gods here. Because Goblins, the rogues of Historic. You boarded in Leyline of the Void against my Gearhulks. Yeah, you got me. Got me. Turned off part of my Gearhulks. It's gonna slow down their development here. I know I'm tapping out for Dynavolt Tower next turn, and ideally I'm drawing a land for Glimmer of Genius the following turn anyways, so my next couple turns are spoken for. This is a really good upgrade for the Goblins archetype too. Faceless Haven's a very good card. You've never seen Dynavolt Tower, kids these days. Never seen a Dynavolt Tower before. Yeah, I guess sounds fine. I don't think I want another Attune. I guess maybe with the Dynavolt Tower, the Attune is worth keeping. I could see that. Charging my lasers, chat. Charging my lasers. Was Glimmer the first scry 2, draw 2 with the set gimmick on the card? Yeah, I think so. So anyways, I started blasting. Hey chat, look, I found a 5/6 for 6. It's still gonna be good. Did y'all see the small highlighting on the Leyline of the Leyline of the Void there? Just like the oh no, I still get attacked by this card highlight. Johnny Hotbox, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I think boarding in cards like Rest in Peace and Leyline against Torrential Gearhulk is usually just very wrong. I'm happy with how I boarded. 5/6, opponent discards 2, almost seems better than vanilla Gearhulk. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, put it basically mulligan to 5 there, right? This is unfortunately not a green source that we can attune with the Aether. Well, hand sucks keep, I think is what we usually like to say. Should I go ahead and abrade this now? Because if I pass back to them and there's a Krinko on top of their deck, I'm gonna be real sad. Speaking of Krinko, don't do it to me. Have a heart. Just a Goblin Matron deal. Two, three, four, five, six. They gonna sack their board to Krinko here? Probably not, right? All right, Opt, hit me. Easy. Easy game, chat. Easy game. Hey, thanks for the $0.25, Lohim. I appreciate the support. Welcome back. I think I'm actually bottoming these here. I'm looking for an Abrade for this or counter spells. Gearhulk would also be nice. This could get us here. This lets them potentially draw an extra card each turn. It definitely could have been a worse Muxus for us. We did bottom a Gearhulk on our mulligan, which feels bad. No. Oh, no. I mean, I know someone just said flavor text in chat, but the reason they play this card is for that line of text. They play one of these to tutor with Goblin Matron, so that way they can kill Grafdigger's Cage. So, Glimmer Tower. Man, Gust is really bad against Herald Horn, huh? And again, like, this is why the Goblins decks and the interactive decks tend to be bad against the Goblins deck, right? Like, we were able to grind for them a bit, but then, like, in addition to their deck being able to combo kill us super early, they also just have the ability to go longer than we do because their card advantage is better than ours. It doesn't help that we've flooded a little bit, but all in all, it's probably pretty reasonable that they have more card advantage than us because their deck just generates more mana. And they can cast this, right? There's only 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're super dead. So, it was interesting for a little bit there, but ultimately really highlighting some of the power of Goblins. And part of me wonders, you know, I think there's a big part of Historic that is kept safe, especially from the ladder perspective, by the fact that Goblins requires a lot of jumpstart rares that don't go into any other deck, so it's expensive to build. Dr. Boss Hoss Sauce, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think there's a good chance that, like, if Goblins, like, if Cards on Arena were free, Historic would be a much worse format to play on the ladder. Because people would have more ready access to things like Goblins if it didn't cost them hundreds of dollars. Yeah, energy was overbearing to the point where Attune with the Aether was banned in Standard. They banned multiple cards out of the energy archetype when it was Standard legal. Another consideration, this is something we mentioned a little bit yesterday, is that I might, if today is like mostly Goblins and claim the Firstborn's decks for Historic, I might take the rest of the week off of Historic. Because with the ladder just resetting, there's more people tryharding in this format right now. And constantly playing against these two archetypes is not a great experience. Yeah, the current standard format's really good. Once the tryhards have a week to rank up, getting that more casual format feel in Historic's a lot more enjoyable. We just Glimmer this turn. You can always type !deck in chat to find a link to the deck list. You can read all the cards there on the Cardboard Live overlay if you're ever confused as to what's going on. Reading is busted, chat. kill the oven here at least. Yeah, in the strict competitive sense, like when everybody's trying their hardest to win, Magic's on rotating formats can be a little bit blah a lot of the time. When there are people just trying to do sweet things with deep card pools, they tend to be very interesting. So it depends on like what the setting is and what the incentives are of where you're playing. Nice of them to cast Collected Company right away, so I can use my counterspell mana. Doesn't really matter what we get here. I'm gonna go ahead and murder this priest right now, I think. I don't think that's strictly true, Kate Metal Bard. In fact, I think I would largely disagree with that. I think the spiky players that are looking to win at any cost are interested in playing with design mistakes, but the idea that like the average Magic the Gathering player is a spike is just objectively incorrect. Most people play Magic very casually, and they play it because they're looking for a deck building experience, not because they're just looking to play with the objectively busted cards. I would very much disagree with your assessment there. Maybe your play group, your local group of people, that's what they look for, but that's definitely not the average. Yeah, the reason why formats like Modern are super popular is because it's a bunch of people that have pet decks that they really want to enjoy playing. Is Aetherworks Marvel remotely playable in this tournament? So there was actually a Bant Marvel deck that showed up in the 6-0 deck list drop that I will probably poke at some point on stream. I don't think I don't think that really makes sense, Kate, because like the things that are design mistakes tend to be very playable in these formats. They tend to be the more spiky decks. It does moo. It is a moose that moos. I think we Gearhulk Glimmer here. Yeah, strong cards aren't design mistakes. I think that's another thing. Like just because a card is good doesn't mean it's a mistake. Top lets us generate some more energy here as well. I think there's a chance I want a 4th Glimmer in the deck. The game against Goblins definitely left me wanting more draw to use. Yeah, Harness Lightning being red Doomblade is fantastic. It's very, very, very good. Honestly, I'm not sure that like the Explore Growth Spiral part of this deck is actually good. Part of me wonders if this is just supposed to be like a blue-red tower deck. I borrowed the core of this deck off a deck list I saw someone else post. And I don't know that I'm in love with the green cards in here strictly. Maybe we'll rebuild this to just be blue-red. Yeah, like the energy mechanic I think is actually a good example of what I'm talking about, where you know, there's a lot of people who I think incorrectly associate the energy mechanic with being a design mistake, and I don't really think that could be further from the truth. Like, the energy mechanic in and of itself at its core is actually a really sweet design. And they definitely got the numbers wrong on some of the details in the energy mechanic. At least related to standard power level, but I don't think by any means was it a bad design. I like the idea of search for Azcanta. What's a win con that we can find with search for Azcanta other than Dynavolt Tower? Is there another like this card we gets found with search for Azcanta we can play? Ooh, Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon's super true. Metallurgic Summoning. Stop it. Shark Typhoon's a good answer. Ooh, Expansion Explosion. Expansion Explosion's a good one. Man, remember that card? It's probably correct to play Shark Typhoon, but I would like to register Expansion Explosion. Pengu Power, thank you for the 59 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, we're gonna turn this into blue-red. We're gonna turn this into blue-red, and I'm gonna play some expansion. I'm gonna update the stream title, just say Dynavolt Tower. I think we're dead, chat. Actually, more importantly, I think we're dead if we don't hit Anger, so I'm gonna opt here rather than Abrade looking for Anger. Magmaquake's not gonna do it, it's gotta be Anger. Play to your outs, chat. Play to your outs. This stream is pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience, to be fair. I didn't add green to this deck. I found a deck list that someone else had posted on the internet that included green cards, and I copied it and I made very minimal changes. So there might be something to this opt card. Darnia, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Tower control. All right, so this card's probably bad. I want some Gearhulks. I don't know that I want 3 of them. Let's cut all these green cards. It is worth noting if I'm cutting... what's it called? Attunes, I probably need to go up on total number of lands in the 75. I want Glimmer, I might want Ionize, I want a couple of searches. What's it? Spire. How many lands we have? 20. Yeah, Shatterskull Smashing sounds good. Do I want some creature lands in here? Is this a Crawling Barrens deck? Oh, Pathway. Yeah, Pathway's great. Okay, so this is 28 lands with the Shatterskull Smashings. I have four spell slots left. What do I want for my last 4 spell slots? Do I want some expansion explosions? Supreme Will. I don't hate that card. Wait, is this better than Thassa's Intervention? I guess we could technically Gearhulk this. We could technically Gearhulk this. Can we play more Search for Azcanta? We probably could. I am a big fan of Search for Azcanta. I don't know that I want Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon doesn't trigger my Dynavolt Tower, chat. Third search, third Abrade, third Magmaquake, one cheeky expansion explosion. 28 lands. Is there a full art for that? I don't think so. No, there's not. I just want some copies of Cage in my sideboard. I feel like that's probably not unreasonable, huh? Pillar of Flame over Shock. Now I think I want Shock to be instant speed. I could also just maybe not want Shock if I'm on 4 Anger, 3 Magmaquake. You can see that being true too. Yeah, let's do this. Where are the nibs? I already, like, Dynavolt Tower fills my quota for shit tier cards in my deck, so I can't fit in Niv Mizzet. If I put Niv Mizzet and Dynavolt Tower in together, I'm above the quota. Can we ever beat rogues in a million years? I don't feel like it. They probably want it more than us, Chan. It's fine. It's not worth the emotional pain to find out. Yorion? Yeah, sign me up for some Yorion. Let's do it. Search of Greatness. That's sweet. Picking up what you're putting down, opponent. Search into double Ionize seems like a good start for us here. Definitely don't want a 6-drop. Looking for some lands. If I don't stick tower this turn, I'm not going to have a window to stick it. So I think I just try and jam and hope to fade the binding. Oh! Oh, they left the Dynavolt Tower in play. Oh, I guess, is this gonna let them, like, put Elspeth Conquers Death into play here? Oh, they're just scrying still. That's good for us. People suggesting I put threats in my control deck. Stop it. If you want to play threats in your deck, that's great. Play something else. This is my bad control deck, and this is my win condition. When you build your bad control deck, you're allowed to put whatever win cons in it you want. Well, they're enigmatic incarnation. That's cute. So anyways, I started blasting. Wow, that's an unfortunate brick. We're on 28 lands, right? We took 4 looks at a land. It's for the 19 months, Dr. Brouhaha. They have untapped land here. They can blink, Night, and Omen. I'm sad that I bought him my expansion explosion. So we're going to be able to get through Yorion drawing cards here. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to kill this in response to prevent them from getting a 6-drop. All right. The casual third binding in their 80 card deck. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. That closes real fast, huh? They kept a card on top here, so they could have an answer. Watch it be like second Yorion. Oh god, do they have the Abzan ultimatum? That's like the only reason you sacrifice that there, right? Sure. That's cute. Bottoms up. You love to see it. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, the fact that we drew almost all of our breeds here, we're gonna board all those out, feels bad. We gotta look for a way to kill this now. Well, I mean, that technically does it, right? Bottom, 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 bottom. Brick! One more brick! Build a house! Build a house of bricks! Do it! Do it! Survey says. Put another checkbox in the win column for the Crawling Barrens. Crawly B is the way to be. All right, so Def want all the counter spells. What am I cutting? I need two more cuts here. I think I want the Harness Lightnings as just some Doomblades. Maybe I don't want all of them. And if I like trim like one Harness Lightning, one Shatterskull Smashing. I think I'm into that. I think I'm into it. Trim Opt? No, I like all my options. How has this deck performed? It's not good, but it's been great. I've been enjoying myself. Dynavolt Tower is on my list of cards I love. Yeah, this is a 3-lander, right? I mean, I guess this technically stops. First, let's appreciate the fact that they're playing a Leyline in their 80-card deck and they had it in their 7, because that's just like peak Magic. I guess this technically turns off our search for Azcanta's flipping. We played a search for Azcanta game 1. Yeah, this card is cute with their search for greatness. You're not wrong. You're not wrong that it is super cute with their 2-mana enchantment. Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea. It's just funny when people board in Graveyard hate against decks like what we're playing, because like all of our cards that kind of use the graveyard also have very reasonable text boxes when we don't have a graveyard. So like I'm fine / happy to see this on the other side of the table. I think I just let this happen, Glimmer this turn. I don't have a graveyard anyways. Got me. And that, chat, is why we left a couple of Harness Lightnings in the deck. We did also cleverly leave it on top of our deck. It's true. Very, very clever. I'm going to Glimmer in response, because I might Aether Gust this Binding before they can Yorion Blink it. Although I guess they get to draw it then. I guess my tower's doomed either way. They don't have to shuffle it away. They could fail to find shit. Thanks for the 31 months, J-Ray. go ahead and get rid of this for a turn. This gives me a chance to draw a counter spell for the binding next turn at least. Makes them redraw it. And I can tempo it another turn with this. Oh, the search isn't optional. That's a good catch. Yeah, you're right. Drop some bricks on here. And then we're going to go ahead and deal 3 with the tower. The good news is if we draw a land next turn, we get to double activate Crawling Barrens. Yes, chat, the audio is bugged. Magic Arena is a quality piece of software. Yeah, we saw Incarnation last game, Pittsburgh. So they're through Yorion, they're through a Tolsmere. It's there. Well, they have a Scarab God. Okay, so we're probably dead here. I don't think we beat that. I think I'm happy with how he boarded. I think even if they have Leyline, Gearhulk, and Search for Azcanta are probably better than these other cards on the board. Maybe Harness Lightning's a little bit better. Nah, it doesn't even really deal with Scarab God. I guess it lets us kill it, and then we can counter it on the way back down with a Stroke or an Ionize. Does Grafdigger's Cage do anything versus them? No. Yeah, it does actually, right? It stops Incarnation. Maybe we should Cage. I can see that being okay. It does stop Incarnation. It does not stop Scarab God, it stops Incarnation though. And they probably only have one Scarab God to tutor up. I guess. I could be right to bin that just to work up towards Azcanta. Just gonna gust this. They have like Night of Autumn, they get to kill Search here, but if I don't gust this, they get to put Night of Autumn into play for free off of it, so I can't stop this from happening regardless. It doesn't check itself for CMC, is it? The no sound. Like, it's the miscellaneous sounds are almost worse than no sounds. Just gonna smack them for 4. They have like an eliminate, they have an eliminate. Oh, they had Omen of the Sea. So even if it is other permanents, they could have flashed an Omen in response to its trigger and then put in the night, right? There's a good chance this was in their hand. I'm just passing. You don't really appreciate the audio design until it's gone, chat. Do I want to Shatterskull Smashing this? It has nothing to do with the game board. The arena just randomly bugs. We'll restart the client after this game, and it will all sort itself. Been playing for almost 3 hours without restarting. Just how Magic Arena is. Dear Magic Arena, why are you the way you are? Signed, everyone. That would have been nice half a second ago. Fire up Crawling Barrens and attack them here. We have Stroke and Harness Lightning here that we get to hold up. I guess we're dead in 2 to this. If they don't give us something worth stroking, we're probably just Harness Lightning to build energy for the next Lightning. We could potentially Gearhulk the Lightning back to kill this. Maybe this is wrong. Now I have to find something with this that lets me deal with the Yorion. That technically qualifies, right? If they don't have a counter. They haven't shown us counter spells. So this lets me Lightning and then Gearhulk the Lightning to kill the Yorion. We lose to any counterspell here, obviously, but I think that's better than shaking a random card here, because this guarantees means we're not dead if they don't have a counterspell. So, dead to a Stiff Breeze here. going to 10, they'd be dead to the Crawly Bee here. Yeah, perhaps I should have left in the extra Harness Lightning there. They had a lot of really chunky creatures. now Arena has hard locked when I'm telling it to close. Good times, good times. Get it restarted here. All right, I'm gonna say one more thing about the quality of Arena, and then we're gonna shove off from talking about this. And I'm gonna time everybody else out that talks about the quality of Arena, because it is what it is. But the piece of bullshit that I just timed someone out for in chat that I think is very silly is someone said it's an impressive feat that a game as complicated as Magic has translated to digital, and you're not wrong. But the reason why your statement is still nonsense, even though it's technically correct, is most of the issues with Magic Arena aren't related to the rules engine of Magic being complicated, right? Like, the audio fucking up and bugging out isn't because the Magic rules engine is complex. That's not why there's an issue. So, like, if there were, like, complicated rules related issues, sure, I'd give it to you. But almost every single issue that's related to the quality of Magic Arena as a software has nothing to do with the rules engine of Magic, and has everything to do with surrounding details outside of that. So yeah, it's impressive that they've managed to program a rules engine like Magic into digital, but the issues that they have are just like couldn't be further unrelated to the rules engine as possible. Like, well, they mulliganed to 4, but our hand's actually not that great against a creature deck to start, so we'll see. It's actually possible I should have mulliganed my hand. Watch us just die. We're just gonna die to these two ovens of this cat, chat. Just 0%. She's gonna deal us 3 damage a turn, and we're gonna die. Can't race it, can't interact with it. We've got 3 copies of Abrade we get to dig for. And while it happens, we get to sit here and watch them shove the cat in and out. Dat Boy Ari, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the show this afternoon. Is there anything like Shatterstorm historic? I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't want to play it anyways. Like, there aren't artifact decks that make you want to play Shatterstorm. Actual factual Shatterstorm is legal in historic, sure. We have a very small window in which we can draw 2 of our 3 copies of Abrade here. We have a 4th Abrade and a couple of cages in my sideboard. I'm gonna play some standard. I think I'm gonna take the rest of the week off from historic. I don't really historic's been kind of poopy on the ladder since things reset, and there's a lot of people like the match before this one was sweet, like where our opponent was playing the sweet Enigmatic Incarnation deck, but like there's a lot of people playing Goblins and sack decks and other things like that. I've talked about this before, but you know, I don't think Historic would be a fun format if everybody was playing the good decks. And like, I was enjoying it at the end of last month when a lot of people were playing random brews inside of the percentages in Historic. Like me playing sweet decks like this against other people playing sweet decks, like that's fun in Historic. But like the decks that are like the best decks in Historic, when people are like actually trying to win, the play patterns really kind of suck and are toxic. And I don't even know that we need to get back to Mythic, but yeah, good games. Your enigmatic deck is really sweet, Hushman. Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. But yeah, your deck is sweet. But yeah, like it's not even about getting modern. I mean, honestly, the decks that are really good in Historic aren't even polarizing combo decks. Like the decks that are really good in Historic are like pretty interactive decks. They're just like overbearingly interactive. There's this kind of mindset among card game players, not even Magic players. I see it in Runeterra and Hearthstone too, where if there's this idea that like players think that like if something is interactive, it's automatically good design and it's good for the game. And I think things like Claim the Firstborn are a good example of like, okay, this card like by definition is super interactive, but like the types of play patterns it produces, they just don't feel good to play against. Like, they're very polarized. The types of things they're good against, they're really good against. The types of things they're bad against, they're unplayable against. And, like, if you're playing something that falls into the range that it's good against, like, Cat, honestly, the Cat Oven deck's a good example of that, right? Like, that deck is polarized in two different ways. So, like, the Claim the Firstborn aspect of it is absurd against small creature decks, and the Oven Cat aspect of it is very good against people that aren't playing a specific subset of answers to it, right? Like, you have to be able to interact with artifacts or the graveyard to be competitive there. So, I mean, that archetype is very, very good. And our deck, obviously, is a bad brew, but it's more fun playing these formats when we get to play our bad brews against other bad brews. So I think I'm gonna shelve Historic for the rest of the week. We're gonna play. I got a bunch of sweet things we're gonna do in Standard. We're gonna play some different Standard decks to give different things a try, and try and fight our way up to Mythic so we can get back to those sweet games and the percentages. But the quality of games of Historic with people tryharding in Platinum has not been fun this week. Dominion, thanks for the follow, and Fishlamp Clock, thanks for the 28